Hey there, lovely people. Welcome to Be Your Best You with Tash and Becky, your go-to hangout for all things spiritual, subconscious, and downright magical. We're here to sprinkle a little mystical wisdom into your everyday life and help you level up your reality.
Picture this as your cosmic coffee date, where we chat about the unseen world, blend in some psychology vibes and stir up the subconscious magic. Get ready to be the queen of your own reality, live a life that lights you up and have a blast doing it.
So grab your latte or your tea and let's dive into another episode of Be Your Best You, where the mystical meets the mundane and your best life awaits.
Cheers to creating magic together.
Let's do this.
Hey guys, can we ask you a favour? Can we ask, if you haven't already, please make sure that you're following us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you can get updated with all the latest episodes every week when they come out. You never know, it might just be the thing that you need to hear at that time. Also, don't forget you can watch us on YouTube, so make sure you head over there and subscribe to us there.
And share with all your friends.
Thanks, guys. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Be Your Best You with Tash
And Becky,
Season
3! The Bash edition.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What is the Bash edition, you may ask? It's the Becky and Tash edition. Duh.
Hello.
We are bringing it back in season 3 to the OG episodes, which we are now calling the Bash editions. Fear not, you are still going to get your weekly dose of guests. We are just ramping it up, so you are now having 2 episodes. We speak more about that in the episode, so we'll leave it there. Yeah. This episode, hopefully it is gonna crack your reality wide open. Yeah. This has been a very personal experience to us that we've kind of wrapped up on, really. And we're so excited to talk to you about it. This is gonna bring to the surface some deep subconscious fears and beliefs that you might not even realize that you have. And if it does, this could be the thing that kind of opens you up to a whole new version of you and a whole new way of seeing reality.
Yes, because that's what it did for me.
And Becky shares her story and it's so awesome. It's so relatable. Yeah. Hopefully it's going to give you some aha moments and you'll see and hear about the changes that happened for Bex instantly. Yeah. Because we're working on a quantum multidimensional level rather than just this 3D reality.
That's it.
Enjoy
it.
Hi! It's been a long time coming. We have been wanting to use Bash for years.
Yeah. We've tried, we've gone through every business, haven't we, that we could call Bash.
Over the 6 years past.
We're making it happen.
It's finally happened. So, we'd like to say, welcome to season 3. Yay! Oh my gosh, season 3 of Be Your Best You. How exciting.
We made it. I need a party popper.
Right, so season 3, guys. First of all, thank you so much for being with us for 3 seasons.
I know, I can't believe
coming into 3 seasons.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's actually flown by as well.
It has, hasn't it? Especially this last this season 2.
Oh,
insane.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for supporting us, for listening to us, for all your lovely comments and all the things. Thank you so much. We so appreciate it.
We really do.
So let us tell you what season 3 is. Season 3, it's exciting. You're going to get 2 episodes a week. Yes. Yeah. We're crazy. We're doing it. We've just felt that we're always guided with the podcast, aren't we? We're always listening to our intuition, our guidance, where we feel like we need to go next. And this was an absolute, it just happened all of a sudden, didn't it? And we were like, it's so clear. We need to do 2 episodes a week and we need to get back to the bash. And so that's what we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're still going to have our guest experts every week. So you'll still get your weekly fix of the experts where we'll be talking about all the different things, isn't it? It's so amazing. It's been so amazing to speak to loads of different people in different areas of the world doing different things, but all with the same mission. It's amazing.
It is.
And we don't want to stop that. But we were also just getting this real like nudge, and we just wanted it as well, like this desire to just get back to us two and the conversations that we have, because it is a very different vibe, isn't it? It's different. So anyway, we're going to be releasing the guest episode the same Wednesday every week, and then we're going to have the bash episode come out on a Saturday on the weekend, so you can listen to it
when you're doing your housework.
That's exactly what I think. I had my rubber gloves on and I was washing up. I don't wear rubber gloves though when I'm washing up.
Nor do I.
Naughty.
Very naughty. I hope your manicurist isn't listening.
Look at the state of them. Anyway, right. So intro's done. Welcome to season 3. Welcome to the bash episode,
where we're going to bash this out, aren't we?
God, it's just, the possibilities are endless. Come into the Facebook group and let us know what you think, guys.
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's get down to it. What are we talking about today? So another reason why we wanted to get to the bash episode. It's never going to get old. Sorry, guys. We will stop. Just let us have our moment. So one of the reasons that we wanted to get back to doing the bash episodes was that since we've been doing season 2, which is where we were just having the guest episodes, we have grown so much, haven't we? We've had loads of shifts. So much has happened. I mean, I know everyone, 2025 has been quite the year, hasn't it?
Oh gosh, it really has. I think we're all feeling it, aren't we?
Yeah, we have. But with the quite years, you get the growth, don't you? You get the learnings. And there's been so much that we want to now share with you guys and talk about on the show. It's much more expanded in consciousness. The concepts, the subjects that we're talking about are bigger.
Yeah, we've just evolved, haven't we? Yeah.
And we feel like you guys will have been doing your own evolving as well. And it just feels like it's ready. We're ready to share this stuff. You know, like everybody knows, especially people that work with me, I don't like talking about things too much until I've got a fairly good idea of what it's about and I've experienced it to some degree myself. And so with these concepts might seem a bit more woo-woo, a bit more edgy. We're going to get a little bit more controversial.
We dare.
Because we've done the work to do this, and we're obviously always trying to practice what we preach, and we're trying to push ourselves out of our comfort zones and do things that would scare us. But we also feel with the podcast, we have just such a mission, don't we? Like our mission from the time we started this was to share with people like what started off as our kind of daily inspirational curiosity into consciousness chats, which made our life better in so many ways. And we just want to help kind of people who are going into their spiritual awakening or stepping into the self-growth, personal development world to like expand your awareness, to help you see yourself as the multi-dimensional, limitless creator being that you are, and not just, sorry Bex, this meat suit. I've got to say it. I did hear earth suit the other day. That's nicer, nice, isn't it? It's a bit nicer than a meat suit.
I like that.
Yeah, mate.
But I do feel your one has more of an impact.
Yes.
Makes you pay attention.
It does.
As hideous as it is.
Exactly. I just think of the Lady Gaga thing whenever I hear like
too.
And that was horrible, wasn't it? But yeah. Anywho, that's our aim and our mission for the podcast, and that's why we're sharing the topics that we're sharing, and we're sharing our everyday experiences, the things that we've gone through and learned from, in the hopes that you guys can resonate, because the problem is so much of this stuff that we're talking about is in the subconscious mind, and if it's in your subconscious mind, you aren't aware of it. That's the whole meaning of subconscious. So what we're trying to do is bring to the surface all this wisdom, all this knowledge about yourself as a multidimensional soul that you are actually sat on, but it's locked in your subconscious mind. And what we're trying to do with the podcast is it's like a little key, and we're opening up your subconscious and helping you to remember who you are and spark what's necessary for you, because we talk about so much different stuff. Not everything's going to resonate, and that's totally fine, and that's good.
Yeah.
But our hope is that when we're covering such a broad range of topics and subjects, something is going to be the key that fits your little lock that you need to see right now at where you are, and then that can help you to like we said, then bring it into your conscious mind, and then you can do something about it. And what that does is really, honestly, all of this is just about helping you remember your true self. And when you remember your true self, you can step into your soul purpose. You can realize that you actually are the creator or co-creator of your reality. So you can start, making your desires and dreams happen. And you can just live a happier, more peaceful, magical life while you're here in this meat suit on this school that we call Earth.
Oh, there's nothing more to add to that.
I think so. We should just dive into the podcast. 'Cause I've been yapping away, but it needs to be said, doesn't it? It's a milestone. We've reached a milestone.
Yeah,
it's growth for us, and it's like celebrating that for us, but also celebrating with you guys, because you've been with us and you've helped us grow. Like, this has done so much for us. So again, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Right, let's actually dive into what you came to press play on this podcast to listen to. We are talking about when reality freaks you out.
Oh my God. And don't I know about that?
This is based on one of Becky's learnings. And I've been like lucky enough to kind of be the observer to it and help do my thing.
Yeah. Thank God she's here. Because it's so scary, isn't it? When you start to open yourself up to all of this, and you hear it over and over again, but then when you hear it and you really hear it and you have to accept it and you feel it, that's when it can be scary, and obviously Tash teaches me all about these things and quantum physics and, oh my God, and multidimensional, like she's just said. And when you really understand that, it can be scary. And what was I like when you told me my house wasn't really there? No, don't say that to me, Tash. Don't. Because like I said, the problem with me is that's where I get my comfort from. So my reality is, yes, I'm here now, but I'm also got all my loved ones where they should be. So so I've got Ian at home, he's at his desk working. I've got my mum and dad's in the garage, mum's making a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? So, and I'm like, okay, everything's right. That's my reality, which is wrong, isn't it? Because my reality should be what is here now. But I'm too much in other places.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not wrong.
No.
It's normal.
Yeah.
But it's normal for this 3D reality.
Yeah.
But when you start realizing who you truly are, then you realize it's not. Now, let's rewind a bit. Hold on to what you just said there, because it's really relevant.
Right.
But let's just explain where this has come from, and so you guys can relate to, okay, hang on, maybe I've got this, because this is the whole reason. Like we said, we're sharing our stories, our experiences, in the hope that something that we say through our stories is going to go, oh my God, that's me.
Yeah.
And so what we're talking about here is when you're living in autopilot, you're living in, for lack of a better word, 3D dense reality, where you just think, this is me, this is who I am, what's happening here is kind of just all there is. There's no after, there's no before, or even if you kind of just think, maybe there is, I don't know.
Yeah.
When you're very much in that mindset of you're a limited being and reality is just happening to you. Right, so 3D reality, right? Okay. So when you're living in that, that's fine. Reality, as you were talking about, makes sense. It's very safe.
Yeah.
It's what we've kind of been brought into the world, being taught, experiencing. That's our safe little bubble.
Yeah.
Then, and this is why we want to do this episode, because you guys listening have stepped out of that. If you're listening to this, you have definitely stepped out of that. And so you start stepping into, hang on a minute, you question, wait a sec, is there something more? There must be something more to me than just this. Like, you ask the big questions. You look up at the sky and you're like, we can't be the only ones. And then you start stepping into kind of like the personal growth, self-development, manifesting. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I can create my reality. Well, that kind of makes sense because you dipped your toe in, you've tried it, you've experienced it. Right. So you step into that world. And you start seeing, hang on a second, then there's more to reality. There's more to me than what I can just physically see with my eyes. There's stuff going on in unseen realms that I don't really know. But I'm now starting to experience the effects of it. When you get into that stage, so let's just say spiritual awakening, you have some kind of spiritual awakening. And I don't like that because it's like there's a lot of people that have this understanding that have lived their whole lives like it, or wouldn't say they've had a spiritual awakening. It's really hard with these terms. Sometimes we just need to use these terms, right? I don't particularly like it, but fine, okay. So you've woken up from the dream. I think is what it is. It is a dream, like this reality, like you were talking about, where everyone's in their place. And this is all there is, and that's it. That's the dream. And then you start. It's like the Matrix, isn't it? Like you start waking up, and you can't unsee it. Once you've woken up, you can't go back to sleep. No, you can, but it's like it will feel wrong. Okay, so anyway, with all that being said, once you step into that world and you start realizing about reality is not what you thought it was, it's not what you've been taught, it can get a bit destabilizing. That's the word. And it depends, I think, on your soul, on your level of remembrance, on what you came here to do, and absolutely on your past life experiences, your ancestral experiences, absolutely has play in that. And also your lessons, like your soul. Remember, we chose this, guys. We chose this life. You've chosen certain things to happen to you, certain beliefs that you're going to have or form, so that you can basically remember who you are by unlearning that stuff, right? Okay. So you're going to have different ways of accepting this new reality. But for a lot of people, and this is why we wanted to share this, it's going to be really destabilizing. It's going to be scary. And also what we're going to go into is there's a deeper, I believe, there's a deeper thing at play here, which is going to where I personally see that people who are listening to this, people who resonate, if you've heard the term as light workers or starseeds, change makers, people who feel like they're here to do something that you might not know what it is, you might not have any idea what it is, and that could be a real frustration for you right now. But you feel like you've come here to do something, and you've always felt that. You've always had a little niggle. You feel like you're a bit different. You're probably, very empathetic. You're a carer. You're sensitive to energy, whether you know it or not. These are my people who I like to work with, because that's part of my mission. But I also believe that it's you guys that need to know this about the reality destabilization, because there's so much at play. And I've seen this with you, and I've seen this with the clients that I work with, that because of this fear around reality shifting, reality not being what you thought it was, it is stopping you from stepping into who you truly are. It's stopping you from remembering your true powerful self, who then that person is the one that has come here to make the change on earth now in your own way. You have got to be in your power, and you have to be in your remembrance, and you have to and when I say in remembrance, that you are a multidimensional soul, that this is not the real reality, this is just a game. You have to be safe and comfortable with that, so you can go out and do your thing and do what you've come here to do. And that's my mission. That's what I feel like I'm here to help you guys, you light workers, you change makers, to rid yourself of this fear. Now, that's not the only fear, but this I feel like is a foundational one, and it's really sneaky.
Yeah.
It's really, really sneaky. And it will hit us at different levels, which we'll explain later as well. And so this episode, I really want, if we do nothing else, for it to at least have sparked something in your mind, some kind of awareness of, oh, that's weird. Like I would never have realized that, you know, how it's manifesting in your life now. Maybe you not being able to be, you know, present on social media or speak out for your true feelings on certain subjects, like enter anything here, could actually all be stemming from you not feeling safe to step into your power, because it's destabilizing if you accept who you truly are. Okay, so I just wanted to set that scene. I know that was long, but it's really important.
It is.
We need to set that scene so that you now can tell your story, go back to how you experienced it, because people are going to now relate to it. Right. So like you said, if we rewind back then, you said you like to believe that, you know, your mum's there doing her washing, that's where you get your safety from. And then you said that I told you your house wasn't there. So let's just quickly explain what I said to you. Right. So we were basically talking about, you know, quantum physics, energy, this reality actually not being real. It's a hologram. It's rendered, and we like.
It's still hard to hear it. Honestly,
I can feel it. This is all. You can tell people what you're feeling. Like, God.
I feel queasy, to be honest. Like I feel it in my stomach. And panicky.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, and it'd be interesting, as I'm saying this, pay attention to how you're feeling. How does it, like, do you get angry at me when I say this? Do you get queasy? Do you feel fear? Do you feel excitement? Do you feel neutral? It's really important. This is how you start getting to know what's going on in your subconscious mind and whereabouts you are. So I was saying, this is all a hologram. It's not real. We're
when
creating.
You say that, it's not real. It's like, oh.
We're creating it. We are projecting it from, you know, we've said this in so many different ways when we talk about manifesting and all of that. We are creating this reality through our own projection. Like our mind, our senses is like a projector, and it is literally just projecting this reality. So what I was saying to Becky about her house is that her house isn't actually there when she's not observing it. No, nothing exists until we observe it. Right? Quantum physics. You can go and have a look at the double slit experiment. There's loads of experiments that basically talk about this in a really confusing, detailed way, but effectively that's what it means, right?
Science,
we are when we observe something, we collapse it into form and it becomes manifest, it becomes physical. If you're not observing it, your house isn't there. Okay, this gets mind bending, and our little human minds really struggle. But that's okay. It's okay if you don't fully understand it. I don't fully comprehend it, but I am open to it, and I'm curious, and things start feeling more, of course, as I remain open and continue along. Okay, so back to her house not existing. Think about it like this. This is a really good example, and I think it made it easier for you to understand. If your kids or your husband or partners or whatever, you play on computer games, right? These computer games where there's a whole world and you're moving about. Okay, that computer game has been programmed to have loads of different lands, loads of different areas. It's all there. But you can't, when you're playing the game, you are only in the world. You're only seeing the part of the computer game of where you're observing. It's not, it's there, but you can't see it. It doesn't really exist until you move your character to that part of the land or part of the world, and then it renders. It renders there for you. But then it's not there. Does that make sense?
That really, really helped me when you said that. I felt so much better. I thought, okay, I can deal with that. And it also actually helps you, obviously, bring you into the present moment, which then stops the overthinking and can stop the anxiety, you know, once you really, you know, live by that. So now every time I jump in my car, I just think, right, I'm just on my little level now. This is all that, it's okay. This is all I need to see. You don't need to know what Tash is doing now in her house or in her hut.
Mhm.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're just on this level. You're in your game.
Yes.
And it just really helped me, that.
Yeah. Yeah. And also I want to say as well, is like you said, you know, you like thinking, because I said this to you, I'm like, don't worry, Bex, I am still in my house. I am in my house. I do exist. And because we've come down here as a collective, as a group of souls. So we're playing a game together.
And I like that too.
So I am there.
Yeah.
Because we're doing the game together, right?
But we only need to worry about what's in front of us.
Yes.
At that time, right now.
Yes.
Play your game. Be
where you are.
And it really helped me connect to my higher self as well when you said that.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, so yes, thank you. You know.
Yes, because again, exactly that. Like, imagine, so we're in this game and we're playing this game together. And what I like to imagine is we are the avatars, right? We're the computer game. But if you ever get scared, like Becky, if you ever get nervous thinking, oh my gosh, you know, like what?
Yeah.
This doesn't exist. This isn't real. Remember, picture, go up, go higher, and imagine your higher self has got that virtual reality headset on.
That's so nice.
And Bex is sat right next to me with her virtuality. And I'm like, we're always together.
Yeah.
We're always there. So yes, I might not exist in this reality. If that scares you, just know that our higher selves, our souls have been together for eternity.
Yeah.
And will continue to be together for infinity. And that way you can just go, and this also then helps you understand why our loved ones never leave us. So their avatar has left this game, but their higher selves, they're still right next to you, right with you in the spirit realm and always around you. And they can from there they can pop in and out to this game. It's not they're not like physical. They don't have that like full headset on where they step into the avatar, but they absolutely can get into the code of this reality and make themselves known in different like
I love that.
ways.
And we love all that stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
We love the spirit stuff.
Yeah.
So apply that. Why was I so I accept that and I can't see them and it's magical and it's fun. But when you went that step further, it was like, oh my goodness, no.
Yeah.
No. Shut down. Abort the game.
And now, so from my perspective of the work that I do, my experience, that right there, and this is what I'm always looking for with my clients that I'm working with. When you do that, I'm like, okay. So what is your subconscious mind trying to protect you from, and how is it stopping you from stepping into your power, right? Which is what I saw with you, wasn't it?
Yes.
And when we worked on that, you just had a huge identity shift. You just, it was like you had a massive jump and you became like, I felt it in your energy. You became a different person almost. I'm like, who is this person of you? And what's amazing is you're not becoming a different person. You're becoming more of your true self.
Yes.
And that's where your power lies. And I felt it in you. And I got so excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's one step closer to accepting who she is, stepping into her power, which is that healing side of you, right? Because that's what you've come here to do. And you guys who have been listening to the podcast for a long time and follow us kind of outside of the podcast, you've seen how Becky has, I'm sure, become more present.
Yeah.
Is speaking more. You're out there more with your healing. We've spoken about it. That is directly come from the work that we have done around this.
For sure.
So let's go to story time.
Yeah.
With all this being said, I know like you've just explained how when I said your house isn't there, that was the culmination. That was the end point of it, wasn't it? That was just before you had the shift. That was when this understanding of you're scared of your reality changing was very much in your conscious mind, wasn't it? Before that step like back, can you remember how that was manifesting in your this underlying fear of remembering who you were in this reality freaking you out if anything changes? How were you seeing that in your life? How was that playing out?
What when I felt that reality was shifting?
Yeah, like even, you know, I'm thinking of one particular time with us that it became very obvious that was you didn't like it. But
no.
Well, for example, when you were a little girl, talk about the mirror thing?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I didn't like that, did I? I remember staring in the mirror very close, like nose up against the mirror. And I would almost have this well, now I know, like you're saying, it's a reality. It's like it was bending reality. And I was detached from the little girl in the mirror. And I was like, who are you? Who are you? And then I'd come back in and I'd be like, oh no, I don't like that. Again, and so withdraw from that. But I did that a few times. And that was, I guess, like a little snippet for me to see into that this isn't what it seems. That's like what it was trying to tell me. And I just ran away from it. Like, shut that one down. Don't like that. No. So that was the first. And I used to have this thing where everything sped up as well. I wonder if that's to do with my reality. Like, if I was in my room when I was like a teenager, and I would say to my mum, like, everything's going fast, everything's sped up, like if you were pressing fast forward. Yeah. And I wonder if that was like touching something, and then I was probably getting panicky and just making it worse.
And that makes sense to me in my mind, because when you step out, so what you were doing when you were looking in the mirror, you were coming out of your avatar, right?
It was like an out of body thing,
right?
Yeah.
Because when you're a child, you're more likely going to have these experiences because we're closer to the veil, we're closer to that remembrance. It's only our programming that covers up our remembrance, and it creates this identity of who we think we are. It's never who we are. It's just a shell of programming. Like I said, I'm always trying to peel off that shell, right? So when you're a child, you were obviously slipping out of, and you were slipping into your multi-dimensionality, which is why you were like, who am I? Because you're not Becky.
No.
You're not. That's just one fractal of you. Your higher self, your oversoul, whatever you want to call it, is in millions of different lives, or like right now. And so you were getting a taste of that. But like, as a kid, well, let alone as an adult as well, but as a child, how scary is that?
Yeah.
To be like,
it's not a nice
I'm
feeling.
a huge, I'm not Becky. Like, who am I? What is this? You don't have any kind of concept. It's neither does an adult, unless you listen to stuff like this, which makes it make sense. And then you don't have to fear it. This is why we want to share this information, because when you have more information, you can be more in control. But when you don't know any of this, and we certainly aren't taught it, are we?
No.
You can't make sense of it. And what we can't make sense of as humans, is scary, right? We don't like what's unfamiliar to us. We like things to make sense to us. It's why you didn't like the idea of reality not really existing and that house not being there if you're not observing it. It doesn't make sense to our human conscious logical mind, so therefore it's scary. And then with the teenage thing, when you said, like, you felt everything was in fast forward, again, you were probably stepping out into that multidimensional version of you. You were having an out-of-body experience, and time doesn't exist. Time doesn't exist in that place. So, of course, you're going to see, you hear all the time, oh, time doesn't exist and time's malleable. But it's true. If you're working in the quantum realms, there is no time.
Yeah.
So we see it from a completely different perspective, and you were seeing it as fast, or you were experiencing it as going fast. So for me, that makes total sense. But again, terrifying.
Yeah. Like, shut that one down. Please.
and lock it away.
Yeah.
And that's what your subconscious is just doing, that to protect you.
Yeah.
And it will only get, any time it feels a feeling that it gives you, it's going to go, oh no, shut that down, run away from that. And every time you're doing that, it is making you run away from your true self. It's making you run away from your power.
That's so sad now,
really
thinking
sad.
back. Because I wonder if little Tash would have done the same. Because I can imagine, do you think you would? Because I sort of imagine you going, oh,
well,
this is fun.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't. It's really difficult, isn't it? Because, like, again, like we said, like, for the difference between Becky and I, and this is where I said, everyone's at different levels and you'll experience it differently. For me, that doesn't freak me out.
It's fun, isn't
it's
it?
fun. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
We're multidimensional souls. Oh my God, take me. Like, show me where. And time doesn't exist. Yeah. Awesome. Great, let me like manipulate that somehow. So I just think it's my house doesn't exist. Oh, that's crazy. That doesn't scare me.
No.
But I do remember as a child, what did scare me was that I could hear people in my house downstairs having parties, and I could somehow see that they were in Victorian clothes. Like that didn't make sense in my reality, and so I shut that down, even though it made me feel nice. I had such a lovely feeling. It was such a comforting feeling because I could tell they were all having fun. It was buzzy. I can still see it so clearly and experience it so clearly now, and I must have only been about 6, 7. So I shut that down. I also used to have lucid dreams. So I was awake in my dream and aware that I was dreaming. That scared me. That really, I was very aware. Like I knew that I was in a dream and that I was aware that I was in a dream and that I was creating the dream. And because I was scared, I created not very nice things in the dream. So that scared me. And then look, I shut down all my ability because of that. I shut it down. So I've done the same thing. It's just in a different way. We're not, you know, different things scare us, and like I said, that's because of our past lives, that's because of our past experiences, our ancestral experiences. There's so much at play here. So I think maybe, you know, and I don't know whether I did ever. I can't remember ever having an out-of-body experience, but was that because if I did, it didn't scare me, and so I don't remember it, because we often just remember the things that scare us, right? Because it's for protection. So maybe I did. I don't know. But anyway, let's go back to you. So that were the experiences you had as a child.
With reality.
But then, like, into your adult life. Even then, when you stepped into your spiritual awakening, so like a lot of our audience are now at the point, like early on when you started, you know, we started having our conversations, and you liked it,
loved it, comforting.
But there were certain things that you didn't, that still scared you.
We started off with the spirit stuff, didn't we? And that scared both of us, didn't it? To start with. But the more we got into that, and the more like amazing it became and fun, and we dropped all of that fear. Of course, then we got to the deeper stuff, like you said, like the quantum physics and the multidimensional. And I think I took it on board, but I didn't integrate it because that was my protection. I was like, oh yeah. Okay. Because, and like I said to you, didn't I, you know, like now what scared me is understanding that, and then still being able to say, sit on the sofa of an evening with hubby, just watching, you know, trying to think of a show, Netflix, you know, and being normal. When all this stuff is like, it's so huge, isn't it? It's so huge to get your head around. So I don't think I didn't let myself fully absorb what I knew until there was no choice. Because I suppose if you're going to keep going on through the journey, eventually it's going to get you, isn't it? So, and you're going to have to accept it. So I'm still coming to terms with it, but it's not, it's just me like understanding now that it's okay. And of course you're really good at that for me, because you're like curious, and the wonder and the fun, and that makes me go, oh yeah, it should just be fun, shouldn't it? Let's just make it fun, because this is a game, like you said, so that all makes sense. So love all that. It's shall we go on to say about the
because what's just popped in my mind when you're talking, like I was just thinking of something relevant as an adult that you started experiencing. So like we've explained, we've started doing, for a long time we've been kind of working together to kind of develop some kind of new healing modality that we feel like we really want to bring in both of our like gifts and abilities. And so what we started off was me kind of doing my hypnosis type thing on Becky. Now Becky, and she, again, this is something that she wouldn't talk about and she's like shying away from, but Becky's a really, really amazing channel. She's a really open channel for energy to come through. And I knew that from the first minute. I mean, you were one of the first people I did hypnosis on, and I saw that from the first time I did it on you. And as we've obviously developed, and I'm doing kind of the more, you know, higher dimensional channeling or whatever. I've just seen how awesome Becky is at it. And you know, we've channeled so many energies and consciousnesses and beings through Becky because she's brilliant at stepping aside.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it. I'm not good at that at all because I'm too in my head. I'm too logical. I'm good at facilitating it for other people. I'm not the best channel unless I'm doing stuff like this and then.
Yeah.
So I channel in my own way,
yeah.
but I'm not a good channel I'm not like you for
Just
this.
sitting quietly and
Yeah. And that's a point right there. That's like, we are all great at channels, but we don't all channel the same.
Yeah.
We don't channel in the same way. And it's when you get in your flow, when you know that things are just, it's that flow state where time doesn't exist, where you're not thinking up here. You're just, I mean, I can't even tell you where I am when I'm like doing my stuff that I do either on the podcast or with clients, but I'm aside.
Right.
And that's where you are, right? So Becky would sit aside and let us channel through, particularly our higher self. We built a relationship with your higher self, didn't we? And then she opened the doorway to other, and you were then ready. We had to work you up because again, this fear of reality, you were okay for your higher self to come through. Anything else coming through, you're like, no. Exactly. And so we worked up to that, didn't we? And this is all part of your journey. But when we would channel through energies, even her higher self, and her higher self always does a lot of energy work on you, doesn't she? Yeah. You would get that feeling. Talk about the feeling, because that's all part of this.
What, the same like feeling in my stomach? Yeah.
When you felt that energy.
The energy, yeah, it would like, you know, I'd be like because I'm very comfortable with Tash, and like she's, you know, I could only do it with you because I'm not scared. And I'm very relaxed. But certain times, I'm guessing where the energy is coming through me in these waves, I do feel sick in my stomach. And that's such a part of me, because I've always like had these feelings in my stomach. You just ignore it, don't you? You're just like, oh, what am I like? Oh, I must be getting hot, you know. But actually came to realize it's the energies that I'm feeling that just like, I just feel it in my stomach. And once you can realize that, you can stop with the panic.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of like, and you can say, can't you? Right. Okay. I acknowledge that. And please let that move through me, you know, and maybe that's where I was blocked, you know, that was sort of like my block. I would maybe hold on to it instead of letting it flow, just go, oh, panic, feel sick, need to go toilet. Yeah. So that's how I feel it when I'm on the bed and you're doing your thing. So that just it's hard to navigate that, isn't it? Like, because we do panic, don't we, if we feel sick?
Well, we attach stories to these sensations in our bodies, don't we?
Yeah, we think it's a physical thing.
Yeah.
And actually, maybe that's like one of my powers, if you like, you know, but that's where I feel it.
Yep.
And I should really be paying attention, not just panicking and trying to quick. I just need to be sick. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it so I can get on with my day.
I mean, you used to, at first, we used to have a mint next to her before we would do the channeling. We'd have a mint so she could like pop the mint in when she started. Yeah, when you started feeling that. It's hilarious, isn't it?
It is.
And yet now we look at her and she's like, we don't even have to acknowledge it. I can tell when you get the feeling.
Yeah.
I can feel it. But she's like, I feel you have that feeling, and then I can almost hear you go, no, it's fine, like let it go through. Like, this is good, this is just the energy. And you've changed the story. And so then I feel you then go into that deep state, and since you've been doing that, we've got so much more come through, haven't we? But then what was also interesting was that when we switched it and you started doing the healing on me, and we were working on open you up to your powers, you realized you were getting that same feeling when you were trying to channel energy healing through. And you did, with that awareness, then you did the same thing, and then you started getting messages through, didn't you? You started allowing it. That was where you're starting. This is what I'm saying. When you let go of that fear, that block that is stopping you from stepping into your power, from remembering who you are, from letting yourself accept that reality is not what we see, it's the key to unlocking your soul gifts.
Yeah. And the annoying thing is, we all get it in different ways, don't we?
Yes.
So it's like there's no. But there might be someone listening that feels it the same as me, and can, you know, understand what we're saying here, and or find your own, oh yeah, well, I do this and I do that, maybe that's that, and I should be stepping into it, allowing it, not being afraid of it.
Yes.
They're usually our biggest lessons, aren't they? The ones that we're afraid to accept.
Absolutely.
So look at those things and try and let it in.
Yes. And it makes me think of a client that I'm working with at the moment who we've done a similar thing.
Yeah.
Like, she's had no idea from the start. Again, one of my gifts that I've been able to accept and acknowledge is I can see, feel, I don't know the correct sense term, but I just know where your energy is blocked, where your subconscious blocks are stopping you from remembering who you are, whatever that means. Like, I can see when I first speak to you, and a lot of clients have no idea because they're coming in to work on human stuff, and I'm like, I ain't seeing you as a human. I'm seeing you as a multidimensional soul, and I know where it's blocked.
Wow.
But what's to me, I know because I see outwards, the same as I saw with you.
Yeah.
I see you from a bigger perspective, and I know that if I can get you to step into who you truly are, to remember who you are, the things that you've come to see me for, the human stuff, like whatever that looks like, is gonna have an effect on everything, because you stepping into your power, you stepping into the remembrance of who you are as a multi-dimensional soul, a limitless creator who has been on different planets, different galaxies, different universes, who is living many lives right now, throughout time, future and past, right?
I love this.
I see you as that. And I know I have to get you to remember that. Yeah. When I get you to remember that, all that human stuff is just going to be by the by.
Yeah,
and I did it
boring.
It's boring. It's not boring because it's very real and we're very human. But honestly, I see you as so much more than that. But I also know where I trust myself enough now. I know where I've got to take you. And I did it with a client a few days ago, and she was like, I could feel she was really triggered. Yeah. And I could feel her subconscious was going, to me, basically. And I'm saying it because I'm like, I've got to push this, I have to say to her, and she's going and I'm like, you'll trust me. And I'm like a dog at a bone, I won't let it go. And then we did a regression, and it all came out, like everything I thought came out. But the great thing is I don't have to tell you. She experienced it for herself. Her subconscious showed her. Her higher self comes through and can talk to her.
It's so cool.
Showed her, and she came back to me and she was like, you're so right. I didn't realise, like, this is it. This is it.
That's it. You see it first, and then you get us to feel it.
Yes. Because that's where the change is. I could tell you what I see. It's the same as, like, you go to a psychic medium. They can tell you your loved ones are there and that they're saying this and that. And it's lovely. Yeah. And it really is lovely. And it's so comforting. But imagine if you could actually experience your loved one being right next to you and touching your face, or dropping in a message. It's a different level of feeling and knowing, isn't it? And that's what I can give you with the work that I do. That's why I love it. I'm not telling you, you're telling yourself.
I know.
But to go back to that client, and to your point, it all stemmed from, she was scared to step into her power, her abilities, her soul gifts, her remembrance of who she was. And that was affecting her very human life. Yeah. But it was all stemming from that. So then to go back to you, I'm really hoping this is getting you guys, like, just thinking a little bit more. Because like you said, Bex, it all shows up for people in different ways. Hers was showing up for her around the way she was with her being a mum and with her kids. Yeah. Very different to yours. And you were experiencing it through that energy. Fortunately, we're in this kind of world where we're working in the multi-dimensionality kind of stuff, so it became very clear to you that was, she's experiencing it in a different way in her body. But you guys, like Becky said, if there's going to be fear and resistance that keeps coming up for you over and over again in your life in different ways, ignore the humanness of it. Ignore the fact that it's because it's, problems in your marriage or it's difficulties in your career. Zoom out and look at yourself from, how am I not remembering who I am as a multidimensional soul? Yeah. And that will it will start, because I'm telling you, people listening to this, you are the light workers, you are the change makers, you are the starseeds, the people that have come here, like, put any term on it you want. You are like an empath, you are the healers. You are the people that have come here to make a difference, to change this world, this earth that we're living in, into a different paradigm. You have to remember who you are. And that will fix, in inverted commas, all of your human stuff, because it all stems, that's the top of the pyramid. That's where it is.
Yes.
So for you, we're getting to the end of our story now. How long have we been talking? 46 minutes. Okay. Right. We're getting to the culmination of, so we've kind of gone through a timeline.
Yeah.
This is a lifetime journey of remembrance for you, right? And then it's all sped up in these last kind of few years because we're in this world, which again, get in this world, people. Start working in the quantum and like multi-dimensional world. The answers will become much quicker. Open your mind up to it. But yeah, so we did a healing session, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where I was doing the thing on you.
Yeah.
And then to talk about what happened.
And it was so funny. Can you remember the actual specifics in that
because
session?
you probably don't remember, do
I just
you?
remember after.
Yes,
that's when I had my aha.
Okay, so I'll do.
So you say what was going on.
So we were doing a session where I had brought through your higher self.
Yeah.
And she was talking to us. Oh God, that was a session. Do you remember I was crying? Because she was saying the stuff about me as well. It was a whole thing. The energy was really high that day, wasn't it?
Good one.
It's all, my head's gone all tingly. Yeah, that was a really emotional session, and she was talking about you, us, me, everything. She did some healing on you, and I can't remember now actually specifically
that there was any.
I can't remember what it was, but what I do remember is when she was doing some kind of healing on you, all of a sudden, I had this clear vision, and we weren't even working. This is the great thing. We didn't go in there to work on your reality, your instability with reality crashing. That wasn't but something happened. She was doing some kind of energy healing on around your heart. And I had this image, clear as day, and this knowing of, I won't say what it is yet.
Okay.
Because I'll let you do it. But I saw why you had this issue with reality, like not being as it seems.
Right.
And I was like, but I didn't say anything.
No, she didn't.
And we carried on with the session because it went on. And then obviously I brought you round. Yeah. And then we started having a conversation afterwards.
Yeah. And that's where I had my aha. So we're chatting away, aren't we, about it? And I can see in Tasha's face, I'm like, she knows something. She's looking at me like, like giving me the eyes. I'm like, oh, she's trying to get me to, flick that switch on. And I was like, oh my God. Oh, that's it. I was in a mental institute in this past life. However, we got onto that. I was like, and that's why I'm afraid to, well, like you say, step into your power. That's why I'm afraid, because I was shut down and I wasn't allowed to say anything. And it just made so much sense to me. And this is where like the past life thing's so important, isn't it? Again, very individual. You feel it and you can't unfeel it.
That's it.
And
it makes
everything
so much
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh my gosh. And I've just carried that on through. And then you think back to all the times in this life where having a mental health issue terrifies you. And you just think, well, that's everybody, isn't it? But I guess some people, it just goes over their head. But it's like you then revisit all the stages in your life where, someone said, oh, don't think too much about space. People have gone mad thinking about space. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going there. Yeah. That's too huge. I don't want to go mad. And it shuts you down from doing all these different things just with those words attached to it. Yeah. You'll go mad. Oh God, not doing that. Of course, it's just a light-hearted, expression to some people. And like you said, you just laugh and go, ha, 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 ha. No, I'm still going to explore. Yeah. It wouldn't mean anything to you. But I went, right, stay away from anything that could make you go mad.
This past life.
Because of this past life.
And this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, we're all so... This life is so dictated, and our programming that even stems from this current life is so affected by what's happened in our past. Yeah. And I say past because time doesn't exist, and they're all happening exactly at this moment right now.
Yeah, so it's still going on.
It's still going on, and we're so affected by it because, like you said, that terrified you. But if I'd had someone say that, I probably wouldn't even heard it. It wouldn't have registered, because I'm just like, wow, it's amazing, because I haven't had a past life that's affected me like that. Maybe I have been in a mental asylum,
but
I've not brought that through.
Yeah,
I've done enough lives where I've cleared that programming. We're all on our different paths. We're trying to clear different things. That's why we've come down into this life to clear it once and for all. So yes, and so obviously, just to say, like, that was what I had seen when she was having,
and she's like going, yes, you're right.
But I love that I didn't say anything.
I love that.
And the conversation wasn't even, I was never going to say anything.
No.
Because
you were going to let me come
I'd forgotten. But to be honest with you, that was part of the session.
Yeah.
Somehow they made you, your higher self made you bring up that conversation, because that was really important. And the fact that I had seen it, and when I felt you kind of getting onto that cue, I was like,
you led me that way.
Come on, please say it. What do you think? And like, I was like, and also it's great for me, because I'm like, that's another little nod that my intuitive gifts are right.
Exactly.
And it's more confidence building for me as well.
Yeah.
But once you realised that you had been in a mental asylum, what would tell us, like, what did that do for you? Because you shifted from that moment, and then you did that meditation afterwards. You shifted, and I felt it and I saw it, and it was amazing.
Because it just made so much sense. And like you just said earlier, how everything's still happening now. So the great thing was that I could go home with this knowledge of this past life and think, okay, so this is happening now. So then I'm still attached to this. So let's do a meditation, and let's go in and rescue Becky from that life. And so it was so cool. So I went into this mental institute, like, I guess sort of like maybe like a Victorian building. I'm not too sure. But I found myself, tied to my bed, in this room. And it was just so like powerful, because I could go in and I was like, hey. I was like snuck into her room. I was like taking off the buckles around her legs. And I'm like, it's okay. It's me. It's you. I've come to save you. So I got her off her bed, and then, up in meditation, all these things spring up, don't they? And then I'm like, I take her outside, and there's a red car waiting. Don't know why but it was like, I felt like it was a thing. So I was like, put her in the car, and then I drive her to this safe place. And there's this like lovely like cottage in the woods, and, a vegetable patch, and there's like mountains in the background, and there's like fresh water and all of that. And so I give her obviously a little pep talk and tell her everything's okay, and she's going to be safe there, and she can say whatever she wants, and she can see whatever she wants, and no one's going to punish her for it, and she is free. But so I left her there, but then I went back, and that was really cool, because I found like other members of like my soul group also in the mental institute with me, which was like just so cool. So who did I find? So I found my mum. So I saved mum. You're welcome, Mum.
Doing this work. But again, important point, because you've been doing this work for all of your family, and they will have effects from that. They won't know. They have no idea you're doing it. But by you doing this work, you are helping them as well.
I felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel that it was so powerful, like something must have shifted. Mm-hmm. So I found my son, Harry. Mm-hmm. So I did the whole same thing, like spoke to them and freed them. And my mother-in-law was there as well, so I got her out, and again, each one I took individually back in this red car. I drove back to this place, and I left them with whoever else was there.
And it's important to note, you had different relationships like with these people than you do.
Yes. So Mum was like, yes, thank you. So Mum was like one of my best friends in there, so I saved her. Harry, my son, was like my boyfriend, like I was in love with him, and I saved him and took him back to to this cottage to be with old me, that your true love is there. You're going to be safe there. Then I went back again, and my daughter was there, Nicole, but she was one of the doctors. So that was really cool. So I had a little conversation with her, and she was one of the kind ones, obviously. And she'd really helped me in there where others may not have. And so I left her there because she was doing great things there, but explained to her what I was doing. So that was cool. So there's going to be a shift there. And then, sorry, Ian, if you're listening to this, I went back. So yeah, I left her there. So then I walked down the corridor, and there's my husband from this life. And he's a porter there. And but he hadn't been very nice to me in there. And what was so cool with that was that I was able to give him a hug and tell him that it's okay, I forgive him, and you don't need to, in this life now, you don't need to prove anything to me. You don't need to make up for anything, because I forgive you that you were mean to me in here. And it was just ever since then, actually, there's been such a shift. That was so cool. So anybody who wants to do the past life regression with Tash, oh my gosh, please do it. And it's not just in that moment, is it? It's after. It's all the things you can then do to make a difference to your energy now. You've cut ties with that. Like Tash said, that's all still happening. So you don't want any of that anymore. You want to get rid of it. Now they're happy in their cottage and they're all together. And that's bound, of course, that's going to make a difference to me now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So that was so awesome. So thank you, my love, for helping me with
welcome.
that.
And
Because
that was amazing that you went back and did that meditation.
Yeah,
because you did
that
that
was
on
so
your own.
fun as well.
Yeah, and powerful. And like
Yeah.
you said, you have changed. You've done that work for everyone.
Yeah.
In this life,
Yeah.
in that life, and obviously everything that's connected to that as well moving forward. This is why I'm so passionate about this work, because we are living in a time now where we can be awake in the dream.
Yeah.
Which is so funny that I was talking about me being lucid
Isn't
dreamer
it?
when I was a child, because I'm like that's what I'm so about.
Nuts.
And I've never thought about it like that before, but I feel like we're, like I said, we're so lucky to be in this time, to be awake in the dream, because it means we can still be on Earth and do the things that we're doing on Earth, because we want to come to Earth. Souls want to come to Earth. It's such a fantastic experience, and we get to experience such beauty and, and love, and we get to also feel and touch and all the things, all the physical things. But at the same time, we can be our multi-dimensional selves that we can usually only be in spirit or in the higher dimensions, the higher frequencies, the higher densities. And so it's almost like a responsibility now, to go back and help those versions of us. And it's not just those versions of us. We can go back to our ancestors as well. This is what I'm going to start doing in my work. I'm with my new program that I'm creating. I want to include all of this, not just past life, but ancestral healing as well, because we've come here at this time. I believe people that are here to do this. Not everyone. It's not everyone's path. I don't think it's everyone's path. Some people, like I said, we've had different amounts of lives, different kinds of lives. We're on different levels of consciousness. But the people who are at this level of consciousness where this is becoming part of their reality now, I think we've chosen to do this for a reason. Hence, we've got to get you stepping back into your remembrance so you can do it. You can do it for your past self. You can do it for your ancestors. You can do it for your future generations. You can do it for people now. It's so important, this work. You just don't understand. I really hope your story there has helped people to realize how powerful doing this multi-dimensional work really is. Because honestly, Bex, like you said, after you did that meditation, your relationship with Ian, I could hear your words. You're like, it's so good right now. It's so good. And he's got no idea what you've just done.
Can you imagine if he was living this lie with this unconscious knowing that he was constantly trying to make up for something that he'd done wrong, that he hasn't done in this life?
Exactly. And we are all living like that. We have all got our own burdens that we are holding on to from past lives that we just don't need anymore. I really have this real like knowing that the time for karma, if you like carrying karma through, continuing this loop of karma is done. We've come here to break that. I told you I had like a vision, didn't I, when I was in like a meditation-y dream state, and there was this like wheel of karma. I was on a hill and there was a tree, and there was like this wheel, it looked like a Buddha. I don't even know about Buddhism and the symbols, but I later found out it was like the Buddhist wheel of karma.
Wow.
It was like wooden, and it almost reminded me of like Disney Sleeping Beauty, you know, the spinning wheel.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, but it was this Buddhist wheel of karma. And there was like there was a being here, and he was like, you know, this is the wheel of karma, this is how it works.
Right.
And I went up there and I just went, no. And like,
that's so you.
Yeah, well,
no, don't tell me.
I kicked the wheel off the thing and it just went flying. I was like, no more. We don't have to do it. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to let anyone else do it either. And and then you go to this, like what we've just done here with you, and like you said, the change that you've seen in your relationship with Ian,
Harry,
the change in Harry, the change in yourself,
that's the main thing, isn't
because
it?
you've just gone vroom, like that. And I know people will be nodding their heads and they'll go, oh, we've seen it as well, and they don't know the half of it. They know the half of what I've seen or what's to come. And I can feel your power has just been unleashed. Like not all of it, but I know like it's come out. It's come out, and I'm so excited for what's to come as well, because you're powerful. I see people's power. I see
and
it.
I liked it when you said, you know, you're not becoming someone else. It's like you're becoming who you are.
Yeah.
Because again, it's that changing, isn't it? It's like, well, that's not authentic. If I need to pretend to be something, you know, I need to pretend to be this person, but it's not that, is it?
No.
Oh, and it's so cool when you remove a block that you didn't even know was there.
Yes.
It's like, what?
Yes.
And you can just fill it up with all the good stuff then.
Yeah.
That's, again, why it's so important to have you there, because you do that, but you also help us to fill it up with all the amazing things that we need to be able to open us up to our gifts.
And it's just, it's just a reminder.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm able to remind you of who you are because I see it.
Yeah,
I
she
feel
does.
it.
She does.
And for me, I'm just like, duh. Come on, hurry up. Catch up.
So frustrating.
It's so amazing. It's not frustrating at all, because it's all part of the journey. But thank you for sharing your story. And I wanted to say as well, when Becky had that shift, I felt it as well.
It's good.
I'm connected to you,
exactly.
You know, and when you stepped into that power, and you know, when you were like, I get it now, Tash. I get what you mean about the multidimensionality of who I am, of like reality being this way. Because like you said before, you were like, yeah. And you understood what I was saying, but it hadn't dropped in, hadn't embodied. When you had that shift after that, it dropped in, and I felt it like, I was like, she's got it. And it did something that day. It did something to me. I told you, didn't I? And I was like, oh, I felt better in myself. Nothing to do with Becky, really. Just for me, some of the stuff that I was not quite fully stepping into, or I couldn't quite really, I don't know, it pushed me forward. And so your work helped me again. And this is something that's so important. You have to know, guys, when you're doing your own work, you are helping people you know and people you don't know. Honestly, Becky doing her work now has helped you guys in some way. I know, like, because obviously we've done the podcast and you just heard this, but it's not just that. This is a physical manifestation of it on an energetic level. You know, her doing the work, every person who's doing the work and remembering who they are is helping to raise the consciousness of the planet, of humanity, which makes it easier for the next people to step in and have these realizations.
Oh, that's amazing. That's such a good way to look at it, isn't it?
It's like just be,
because you can see
thankful.
These souls, can't you? The generation below us, like our kids, they are just waiting, aren't they? Like you said, we're preparing it for them to be able to do their thing. Yeah, because they're
different. They're a different level
again.
Soul again, and we're kind of making the foundations. Well, we've passed the foundation stage. As people back, you know, decades ago were laying the foundations for us to come through.
How
We've come through. It's amazing, isn't it? It's just like, it's one after another. And remember, like, because sometimes you can think, I'm laying like the lower levels, and then, you know, people are going to come in and reap all the benefits, and I'm not going to see it. Don't think of it like that, because you're going to be like, you might not be in this physical reality, but you will feel it. You'll feel the benefits, and you can come back down again and experience it if you want, and you can experience your hard work in a different body. So we're doing this.
Yeah.
For all of us.
And that's why it needs to be fun as well, isn't it? That's why I didn't like it when I was like, oh God, no, I don't like that. Maybe this isn't for me after all. But once I could turn it, this is why everyone needs a little Tashy sitting on their shoulder going, it's fun, everything's magical.
Be curious.
Yeah, be curious. Oh, it's wondrous. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, let's make this fun.
Yeah.
Because I believe it.
Yeah.
So let's have fun with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No. And, you know, you didn't buy into or believe everything at first. You just took it step by step, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to.
No,
just be open. That's all you need.
You can't do it all at once, can you? It's too overwhelming.
No, you can't. And when you have that openness, something will step in, like it did for you, out of nowhere. Didn't know it was there. Came in, blew everything apart, and then made you be able to be open to so much more just from that. Just that. And that's how you get these quantum leaps and quantum shifts. We can time travel. We can work. When you work in the quantum realm, when you understand your multidimensionality and are at least open to it, then you can have huge changes in instance, because, like we said, there is no time in the quantum realm, and you can literally time travel in inverted commas, because there is no time. And as long as you're willing to like pop out of this reality and accept that there's things going on, like even in a child work from this lifetime, you are still living as a 5-year-old you, as a 13-year-old you, like you're still there. So when you go back and do the inner child healing, and you do the same thing that you did to your that version of you in that life, you are changing your now because you changed your past. And it's exciting. It's so exciting, and it will give you a whole new understanding of yourself, and it will allow you to make changes in your life that you just haven't been able to make. No matter how much you look into your childhood in this life and look into your programming in this life, it's bigger. You're bigger than that. You have to start looking. What did Einstein say? You can't solve the problem by looking at it from the same consciousness level as the problem. There's something like that. That's like exactly right. You can't, if you keep looking at your issues from this 3-dimensional level, you're not gonna do it. You've got to come out. You've got to look at yourself as that whole multidimensional being, and then all of a sudden solutions appear. That you just wouldn't have even thought of, and like you said, had no idea, because it's in your subconscious. It's below your awareness.
Perfect.
We bashed it out. Bash is back. Okay, guys. Right. So, let us know, what do you think about season 3 and the bash episodes? Are you happy to have us back? Are you like, oh my God, you crazy kids, not them again? Is 2 episodes too much, or is it exciting? Come into our private Facebook group. We've got loads of extra stuff going on in there as part of season 3 and us moving forward. We've got a lot of plans in the making to make that group more interactive, to offer, more extra time with us, live sessions, Q&As, bringing in guest experts. It's all happening in our private Facebook group. So get yourselves over there. Come chat to us, because again, we first started that group because we wanted you to have somewhere where you could have these conversations, a safe space where you could put your thoughts, your experiences, these things that are kind of like not really spoken about, into a group where they're going to be like heard and understood, and people are going to go, me too. And then Bex and I can, do podcast episodes on it. We could do, like we said, live interactive, kind of question Q&A kind of stuff. And it's just fun. We just build a lovely community over there. We're really we're putting more effort into the group now. So we'd love for you guys to come in and, use it as a safe space to share and to have like-minded people around you.
Hopefully you'll get a lot of comfort out of it.
Yes.
Because if I didn't have you, I'd want something like that.
I'll right back at you. guys, we are done. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.